Pero wag kasi mas okay ng kumpleto ang daliri mo kaysa, di ba? Welcoming the New Year.
AI na lang napaputok.
Kaya,
Parang yung
exactly.
kay ano.
Boss Pawi, ikaw, anong New Year mo?
Pampaingay na lang magdadala ako. Eh, ikaw na pala. Pwede.
Uy, sasaya ng buong staff sa studios. Saya nyo lahat, ha? Sige na nga, thank you guys, ha? Thank you again. Bok and Pawi, mabenta yun, ha? Did you laugh there?
Yes, because it's true.
Okay. Thank you also. We've got the Philippines taking on Thailand in another semis match in the ASEAN Cup. Plus tensions rising between the Miami Heat and the Houston Rockets in the NBA.
And LeBron James is 40 years young today. We look back at the Kings' illustrious career so far.
Grabe. I'll be quiet na in 2025.
Now,
I promise. I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Lituncalo.
And here's tonight's play-by-play.
Ramiro, the show by Mamoy leaves Philip. Future moves puts it on. Unbelievable. Gemma on the left side. Oh, the pass! Stuck in another one. Bakulas rejecting Espejo for the win.
Start off the show with the Philippine men's national football team as they are back on the pitch, this time in Thailand for their second semifinal match in the 2024 ASEAN Mitsubishi Electric Cup. And the match just kicked off. This will determine which team will then advance to the finals of the tournament. The Filipinos aim to defy the odds following their thrilling 2-1 historic victory in their first semis match over the Thais here at home at the Rizal Memorial Stadium on Friday. This win ended the Philippines' 52-year drought over Thailand in men's football, and it also put the Philippines ahead in their two-game series. The Philippines will need at least a draw in their second match to secure their spot in the finals, while Thailand needs to win by at least 2 goals. Now, if the Thais win by just 1 goal tonight, then there will be extra time and potentially a penalty shootout to break the Thai aggregate score. The team that will advance to the finals will then face Vietnam, who booked their spot after eliminating Singapore. The finals will be played over 2 legs, scheduled for January 2nd and January 5th, 2025. Now, ahead of tonight's match, Philippines head coach Albert Capellas emphasized the importance of replicating their strong first half performance from the first leg in order to get the win again.
We have arrived here and we don't want to stop. And we want to go to the second leg to try to qualify for the final. And I'm sure these players will work as a warriors to make it happen. I don't have any doubt.
Meantime, Filipinas team captain Tanay Anes has officially announced her retirement from football. The 35-year-old Anes announced her decision on the Football Brew podcast yesterday. Anes led the Filipinas to their historic title win in the 2022 AFF Women's Championship. And she was also part of the squad that made their debut at the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup. Throughout her international career, Anes earned 43 caps and scored 14 goals, leaving a lasting impact on the team's success. Professionally, she played for Icelandic club Porka in the top-tier women's football league. Reflecting on her decision, Anis shared that she began assessing her future at the start of 2024. She evaluated her physical condition and overall well-being after years of competing at the highest levels. Ultimately, she decided to retire on her own terms, closing a remarkable chapter in her career.
It's a big announcement for me. It's something that over the past months I knew was going to need to be a conversation. But I'm happy to be on this side of it and kind of coming to that on my own terms and getting to share a little bit about what that looks like and how that's been for me into coming to make this decision. I think my body, my mind, and kind of my spirit is just come to a point where it's all in alignment that it's time for me to step away. Obviously, if I felt that I could continue at the level that's necessary to compete in an international and even professional level at this point, I definitely would want to continue on, because especially, over the last few years, how much our national team has accomplished and continues to progress.
Well, what a career for T, representing the country.
Historic.
Yes, historic, and indeed, 35 years old. I don't think she has anything else to prove representing the Philippines. She has given all. She has been the captain, the ultimate example. She paved the way for the likes of Sarah Egeshvik at that position at the midfield. So we just salute you, Cap. What a career.
Thank you, Tane. And actually, we will be having
Yes.
her guest via Zoom on Thursday. So thank you for
Exactly.
agreeing to guest on Play by Play, Tane.
We'll see you Thursday, T. Meantime, from one elite Filipino athlete to another Filipino tennis sensation, Alex Ayala is closing out 2024 on a very strong note as she advanced to the main draw of the WTA 125 Workday Canberra International. Ayala staged an impressive comeback in the final round of the qualifiers, defeating Australia's Alana Subasic 5-7, 6-love, and 6-1. The 19-year-old tennis ace will also compete in the doubles main draw alongside Japan's Sayaka Ishii. The former 2022 U.S. Open girls singles champion is using the Canberra tournament to prepare for the 2025 Australian Open qualifiers happening from January 6 to 11. Ayala aims to become the first Filipina to reach the main draw of a Grand Slam event.
Moving on to the NBA, tensions flare between the Miami Heat and the Houston Rockets. The Heat notched an impressive comeback win, 104-100, but it was marred by a late-game scuffle that started when Amen Thompson threw Tyler Hero to the ground. Players and coaches then came into the court, which led to a total of 7 ejections. Among those who were thrown out was Hero, who led the Heat with 27 points. Miami had rallied after being down 85-92 with 8 minutes to go, and Hero completed the comeback in the final 2 minutes. Also ejected for Houston were Thompson, Jalen Green, Coach Ime Udoka, and his assistant Ben Sullivan. Fred VanVleet was booted out preceding the fight when he made contact against a referee while complaining about a 5-second call. On Miami's side, Terry Rozier exited the game along with Hero. Nonetheless, the Heat improved to 16 wins and 14 losses, while the Rockets settled for 21 victories and 11 defeats. After the game, Hero and head coach Eric Spoelstra spoke about the two teams' wild confrontation.
I guess that's what happens when someone's scoring, throwing dimes, doing the whole thing. So I get mad too.
No, I don't think anything during the course of the game would indicate that it would go to that. But it just shows you how competitive things are in both conferences. They're fighting for their spot. We're fighting from our spot, fighting for our place in our conference. We had a tough loss last night. It's a shame that that'll be the discussion of this game, because really it was more about the competitive character that our guys brought, and that toughness. We're down 12-14 in the second half, to be able to just battle and stay with it. And find different ways, to impact the game and then put ourselves in a position to win. And, the defense was outstanding. H, has had 2 really tough covers in back-to-back nights.
Meanwhile, make it 11 straight wins now for the Oklahoma City Thunder as they crushed the short-handed Memphis Grizzlies for a dominant 130-106 dub. The Thunder wasted no time pouncing on their undermanned opponents and led by 26 points at the half. Early MVP frontrunner Shai Gilgeous-Alexander led the way for the Thunder again with 35 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists. The Grizz were without a bunch of key players, including Ja Morant, who had a shoulder injury, and Zach Edey was dealing with a concussion. OKC stays on top of the West with 26 wins against only 5 losses. Memphis is second with 22 victories and 11 defeats. At the post-game press conference, SGA and the Thunder head coach Mark Daigneault discussed the factors behind OKC's current undefeated run.
Yeah, I thought we played with a great rhythm in all parts of the game, transition, in the half court, really shared the ball, kept the ball ahead of them. And I just thought our focus to do that and just our energy on the other end, this is our third in 4 nights in 3 different cities, so I never take that for granted either, just physically and mentally. The guys' ability to bring that level of juice and that focus for close to 48 minutes was impressive.
Those guys are really into the game, bring a lot of energy, and it kind of keeps me going. A lot of times, like, you're tired out there, and the energy from your teammates, energy from the crowd, energy in general helps you like almost forget about the fatigue and play through it. And that's what I use it as. They do a really good job of that, supporting us out there. You know, I think it was like Dylan and Jay Will, and they didn't play much tonight, but great teammates, and I use them for sure.
Coming up here on the show, Brooklyn Nets head coach Jordi Fernandez shares his thoughts on the team trading away Dorian Finney-Smith and Shake Milton to the Lakers. That story and a lot more when Play by Play returns only here on One News. Welcome back to Play by Play only here on One News. Dante DiVincenzo takes the spotlight as he leads the Minnesota Timberwolves to their 3rd straight victory. Double D came off the bench and dropped a team-high 26 points in the T-Wolves' 112-110 win over the San Antonio Spurs. DiVincenzo stepped up big time here, even hitting a free throw with 12 seconds left to put the T-Wolves ahead by 2. Rudy Gobert posted a strong double-double of 17 markers and 15 rebounds. Thanks to those two, Minnesota was able to extend its winning streak despite a quiet 14-point outing from star player Anthony Edwards. The Wolves did have to overcome another monster outing from Victor Wembanyama, who tallied 34 markers, 8 boards, and 2 blocks. Mini now climbs to the 8th spot in the West, 17 wins and 14 losses. San Antonio drops to 16-16. After the game, DiVincenzo spoke about his team's gritty win.
Absolutely, and I think it's everybody. It's not just the 3 guys from the bench. It's everybody on the bench, coach staff, everybody. It's important for everybody to be together, and it starts with that starting 5. I think they do an amazing job of coming in, setting the tone, and it's up to us 3 to, like I said, either read how the game's going and change it, or take it to a new level.
Speaking of Anthony Edwards, the Timberwolves star is set to pay yet another fine, this time for using swear words during a live TV interview. The latest fine is worth a whopping $100,000. And it comes after Edwards made a celebratory comment laced with profanity during the post-game press conference of Minnesota's win over the Houston Rockets on December 27. Edwards did win the game for the Wolves, nailing a stunning buzzer beater to seal the 113-112 victory. In its statement, the NBA acknowledged Edwards' history of using profane language during media interviews as a factor in determining the penalty. This isn't the first time Edwards had to pay fines this season. On December 6, Edwards was docked $25,000 for post-game comments following a win against the Golden State Warriors. Earlier in the season, he was also hit with a $35,000 fine for making an obscene gesture on the court.
Meanwhile, the Orlando Magic display tremendous heart as they overcome a huge second-half deficit to beat the Brooklyn Nets. Down 15 entering the final period, the Magic outscored the Nets 34-18 for the remainder of the game to come up eventually with a 102-101 win. Cole Anthony provided a fitting end to Orlando's comeback by nailing a game-winning layup with 1.3 seconds left. Take a look how difficult that was. Then heaves it up and in. Magic point guard had 10 points, 3 boards, and 3 assists. Rookie Tristan Da Silva was at the forefront of Orlando's rally as he posted a team-high 21 points to go along with 6 rebounds and 7 assists. Orlando pulled off the improbable win even without its injured stars, Paolo Banchero, and brothers Franz and Mo Wagner. They also lost Jalen Suggs in the first half due to a sprained wrist. The resilient Magic are now 4th in the East with a 20-14 win-loss slate. The Nets failed to gain momentum and now have 12 victories and 20 setbacks. Here are Anthony and Da Silva talking about Orlando's gutsy victory.
Everybody wears this Orlando Magic uniform on this team currently, puts the work in. It's not a question of anyone's ability. It's just a matter of the opportunity. And so, opportunities come for a lot of us. And I didn't play great, but I did something all right. That shot was definitely cool. It was really the play was for Tristan. He was gonna hit the shot if he got it. But that was just we got a tough group, man. And so just the ability to be able to fight back from 20. What was it, 21? That's a heck of a win.
Means everything to me. From the whole coaching staff to every player on the team, I feel like everybody's kind of pouring into me every day. Trying to make me feel as comfortable as possible on the floor, and I kind of caught a hot hand late down the stretch. So I just kept putting the ball in my hand, and I was just trying to make the right plays. I feel like I had great pieces around me, so it didn't matter what play I was making. I feel like everybody was doing the right things out there.
Ahead of that loss to the Magic, the Nets pulled off a stunning trade that will reunite them with D'Angelo Russell. Brooklyn will send Dorian Finney-Smith and Shake Milton to the Los Angeles Lakers in exchange for D'Lo, Maxwell Lewis, and 3 second-round picks. With this, Russell gets a bigger opportunity to perform after seeing a reduced role with the purple and gold this season. Mainly coming off the bench, Russell is averaging a career-low 12.4 points in 29 games. D'Lo is back for his second stint with the Nets after the Lakers also traded him there in 2017. By adding Finney-Smith, the Lakers will bolster their wing depth. Finney-Smith is shooting a career-high 44% from three-point range this season, along with averages of 10.4 points, 4.6 rebounds, and 1.6 assists so far. Following the trade, Nets coach Jordi Fernandez shared what he'll miss about Finney-Smith.
His toughness, leadership, day-to-day happiness, and about being about the right things and all that stuff. It's just very simple that if we would have that maturity and that toughness, we close this game. When you spend time with somebody, you build relationships, and when you see those people go, and it's tough. I love those two guys. They've been part of our family. We've seen them day to day. We know their families, what they're about, all that stuff, and they've been amazing for us. And right now they're gone, so it's part of the business. Also, if you keep telling yourself this is part of the business, emotionally it's not that easy. It's not that easy for anybody, for the players, for the coaches, for the staff. They get treatment every day. They lift, and relationships are important, and emotionally it's not easy. Everybody handles it differently, but we're here to support our guys. Again, there's opportunities for somebody else. That's the bright side. Those guys will play in the NBA, which it's not easy because there's limited spots in the NBA, and again, life goes on.
On top of adding another 3-and-D legit guy in Dorian Finney-Smith, the Lakers have another reason to celebrate today. It's because superstar LeBron James turns 40 years young today. My.
Are we sure?
Welcome to the 40 Club,
Are we
LBJ.
sure he's 40? He may be 40, but he hasn't moved like it as he continues to put up stellar numbers even in year 22 in the NBA. James is the oldest active player in the league and is the only player ever to play in his teens, 20s, 30s, and now 40s. Through 28 games this season, King James is putting up averages of 23.5 points and 7.9 rebounds. LBJ also tallies 9 assists per game, which is currently 4th best in the league, proving he's still at the top of his game even after more than 2 decades.
Now, throughout his 22-year NBA career, look at that. Look at your screens right now. LeBron James has put together a GOAT-level type of resume. 4-time NBA champion, 4-time Finals MVP, and season MVP. 20-time All-Star, 20-time All-NBA team member. Of course, he's also the all-time leader in points and is also climbing the assist leader list, where currently he's ranked 4th. James' longevity has also allowed him to do something that has never been done before, which is play alongside his son, Bronny James, as the first father and son duo in NBA history. First time in the NBA, but if you remember the PBA, medyo worst father and son dito. Oh, Dudut and Big J, Sonny J. No, but kidding aside, LeBron James, you know, I know that there's that ongoing debate, and you and I, we grew up watching Michael Jordan.
Yeah, so it's,
as the greatest of all time. Like, diba, winning 6 titles, being there in the final 6 times, winning, not losing, not even making it to a Game 7, diba? But now, with the resume of LeBron James, I think it's the argument is there.
The argument will always be there.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to try to get into that argument. Okay?
May Kobe pa nga
No, that's why. Like, this discussion will never end if we start the GOAT discussion.
But your thoughts on LeBron?
You have to give the guy respect.
Oh,
You don't have to like him. Because we hear it all the time.
All the time.
You don't have to like him, but you know, he deserves the respect.
Oh, yes.
Because those numbers are crazy.
Crazy.
Even the way he's taken care of his body. I cannot remember which documentary that was when someone asked him, like, is it true you spend $1 million on your body each year? And he just laughed, like, not even close. But obviously, technology is different now. Medicine is different now. Training is different now. But he's maximized everything that he possibly could just to be where he is
shape.
now.
And to stay competitive.
Yes.
To be one of the top 5 players in the NBA currently playing at 40 is just mind-blowing. So the King.
Yep. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to the King.
More
Welcome to the 40 Club.
NBA action coming your way when we return as the Indiana Pacers and Atlanta Hawks score big wins. Catch that and more when Play by Play returns. Welcome back. You're watching Play by Play on One News. After taking a 37-point beating from Boston 2 days ago, the Indiana Pacers get their revenge on the Celtics. Final score here, 123-114, with the Pacers taking the rematch. Coming off a blowout loss, the Pacers responded by getting aggressive inside, outscoring the C's in the paint 66-48. Tyrese Halliburton showed up this time for Indy with 31 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists. Pascal Siakam and Andrew Nembhard also put up 17 markers apiece. Boston was without 2 starters, Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis, due to injuries. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum tried to carry the defending champs. They combined for 53 points in a losing effort. The win improves the Pacers' win-loss record to 16-17, while the Celtics dropped to 23-9. This is Boston's 6th loss at home already this season after losing only 4 times in the regular season last year. Meanwhile, Trae Young leads the Atlanta Hawks to their 4th straight win after blowing out the reeling Toronto Raptors. The Hawks had little trouble against the Raps, who struggled from the outside the entire game. Final score 136-107. Young finished with 34 points and 10 assists, including 7 for 13 from three-point range. That's as many makes as the entire Raptors team combined. They shot 7 for 24 from Rainbow Country. Atlanta's active hands were also in full display as they tallied a season-high 22 steals. With the win, the Hawks now carry an 18-15 win-loss record, while the Raptors dropped their 10th straight game and are now 7-25 for the season. Pilipinas Live is giving the gift of free live games this December. Yes, it is still December. Enjoy the biggest sporting events this month on the Pilipinas Live app. Watch all the action live on demand and on any device. All you have to do is download the app and register for free. You can also scan these QR codes or visit the websites flashed on the screen.
Happy Monday, NBA fans. We've got an all-NBA lineup in tonight's highlight reel. Let's start things off with Juju. Julius Randle handling like a guard in mini against Jeremy Sohan using that Gobert screen. Then up the lob to Rudy Gobert for the flush over Victor Wembanyama. Like a look at two 7-footers meeting up in the air. The two Frenchmen are good friends, teammates in the French national team. But Gobert says, I'm still your kuya, Wemby. Gobert had 17 points, 15 boards in this Timberwolves win, 112-110. But not to be outdone, Wemby has his own highlight. Roll it. Let's take a look at this. CP3 going down to Wemby against McDaniels and Edwards, sky high, reaching. Take a look at this with the left hand. Woo, Space Jam-like Monster kind of slam, cartoonish too. Wemby had a stellar game, 34 points, 8 boards, though in a losing cause. But what a highlight there by Wemby. Whew. Now from Minnesota, let's go to Canada as the Raptors hosting the Hawks. Trae Young, couple of moves, using that Capella screen near the half-court line, near the logo. Ice Trae says, woo, launching, bombs away. Whew. One of 7 3-pointers from Ice Trae en route to 34 points. He also had 10 assists as the Hawks blow out Raptors here, 136-107 for their 4th straight dub. Now look at this wild sequence from net shooter Cam Thomas. Let's take a look in Brooklyn. Look at Cam Thomas here. Back to Cam, outside. Crazy sequence. And then a couple of fake. Oop. Look at this. And then 1 foot. To beat the shot clock. Just when you thought that play was going nowhere, corner, shot clock winding down, hoists that one up, then hits it. Woo! He notched a team-high 25 points off the bench. Unfortunately, though, Brooklyn would fail to hold off Orlando's comeback, which culminated in our next and final play. Of course, the highlight of the night belongs to none other than Cole Anthony for the win. What a move by Cole Anthony, even without the Wagner brothers, even without star Paulo Banchero. No problem for Cole being trapped by so many defenders. Look at Ben Simmons. What are you doing, Ben? Not even challenging that shot by Cole for the win. Whew, and that shot concluded a 21-point dramatic comeback. Cole Anthony had 10 points, including that biggest shot off the game. Take a look at that again. Woo! Magic win it, 102-101. Check.
Gusto ko yung may...
May gigil na ako.
May gigil eh.
May gigil.
But yeah, that play by Cam Thomas
Yes.
was insane.
Grabe, no? Akala ko saan pupunta yun. And that was, if the coach said that was designed, no, I don't believe that.
Okay, before we go, we've got athletes ending the year with blessings. First, Converge Fiber Xers guard Mike Nieto has tied the knot with his longtime girlfriend, Amy Lontok. The two got married at the Santuario de San Antonio Parish in Makati yesterday, where they were joined by family, friends, and Mike's current and former teammates. Mike and Amy have been together for 9 years. Ooh. Congratulations to the happy couple. And now let's head overseas as baseball superstar Shohei Ohtani announced that he and his wife Mamiko Tanaka are expecting their first child. In an adorable Instagram post, Ohtani included a pink onesie white baby sneakers, an ultrasound, and their dog Decoy. His caption wrote, "Can't wait for the little rookie to join our family soon." 2024 has definitely been very good to Ohtani. He won his first World Series championship, another MVP award, and was even named Male Athlete of the Year by the Associated Press. Congratulations to the Ohtani family as well.
Two things. Decoy is gonna be a kuya. But I don't know, pink onesie, so I'm assuming girl.
I guess so, yeah.
Wow, okay. Congratulations, Shohei. And also, Big Mike, well, he's not Big Mike anymore. I actually saw him last week with his family. And Amy works for Signal as well. Congratulations to Amy and to Mike and the Nieto family. I know you guys are very, very happy. To Daddy Jet and to the rest of the Nieto family, congratulations. That's all from us tonight. You can catch us again tomorrow at 9 p.m. for a play-by-play of our best interviews and sound bites of 2024.
And of course, before we go, the semifinals, the second matchup between Thailand and the Philippines is ongoing right
What's
now.
the score?
It is still 0-0.
Okay.
So I think it's around the 28th minute, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong.
It's in Thailand, right?
It's in Thailand right now.
Go
But
Philippines.
yes, let's go Philippines. Play-by-play is on One News, that's Signal TV, Channel 8 on SD, and Channel 250 on HD. And we are also available on Signal Play and Filipinas Live.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Calao. Thank you for watching, everyone. Good night.